In heterogeneous mixtures, it will have non-uniform composition and we can distinguish the particles. So example for this homogeneous mixtures are salt solution, sugar solution, like that, brass, etc. Okay. So we can classify this homogeneous solution into homogeneous mixtures into two, right? Mixtures into two, that is solution and alloy. Okay. So what is the difference between solution and alloy? Here we can take solid particles as solute and liquid particles as solvent. Okay, that means actually solution is the combination of solvent and solute particles. Okay, how we are getting the solution? By adding solute particles to the solvent particle, we are getting the solution. Okay, that means actually the combination of solids or liquid or liquids and liquids. The combination of solid and liquid or liquid and liquid, we are getting what? Solution, pure solution. And in case of alloys, it is a mixture of metal or non-metal and metal, or metal and non-metal, metal and non-metal. Okay, so similarly we can write it here like this. This is a combination of solid plus liquid or liquid plus liquid. Liquid plus liquid. Okay. So in case of homogeneous mixture, we can divide them into two, solution and alloys. Okay. Solution is a combination of solid or liquid and liquid. In case of alloys, it is a combination of metal and metal or metal and non-metal. Okay. So the example for alloy is what? Brass. Okay. We can take the example as brass. And salt solution and sugar solution are example for this solution. Okay. So we can similarly take the case of solutions can be, solution is a combination of solute and solvent. Solute and solvent, when we mix it together, we will get solution, right? So in a solution, the amount of one substance will be less when we compare with the other substance. Okay, so the less amount of substance which is added for the preparation of solution, we can call it as solute. The amount of solute will be less and the amount of solvent will be more. Okay, that means we are adding some amount of solute, some amount of one particle to the large amount. Okay, so that small amount of particle we can call it as solute and the large amount of particle we can call it as solvent. Okay, so when we are comparing the solute, when we are combining the solute and solvent, we are getting solution. That means when we are adding solute particle to the solvent particle, we are getting solution. Okay, so we are taking sugar solution. Sugar solution. What is the solute within this sugar solution? Sugar is the solute and solvent is water, right? Then we are getting sugar solution. What about the salt solution? Salt solution. Salt is solute and water is the solvent. Then we are getting salt solution. Okay. So similarly, when we take the case of alloys, we can say that in case of alloys, both solute and solvent or the mixing of two components are both in solid state. Okay, here sugar is in solid state, water is in liquid state. Here also salt is in solid state and water is in liquid state. Okay. Then what about air? Air is also an example for solution, right? So it is actually the combination of nitrogen and argon. Okay, so let's consider this argon, and argon will be less, right? So it is taken as solute and nitrogen as the solvent. That means the less amount of particle we will take it as solute, and the more amount of having particle we will take it as the solvent. Okay, so actually these two are in gaseous state. Okay, so it's also an example for solution. Okay, so we can take this solute and solvent as solid and liquid, liquid and liquid, gas and gas. Okay, for these combinations are example for the solution. So what about alloys? Alloys can be combination of metal and metal and metal and non-metal. Okay, so when we take the case of brass, brass will have copper and zinc, copper and zinc. Okay, so zinc is actually added 30%, copper is 70%. Then we are getting brass. So the less percentage having compound, we will take it as solute. That means zinc is solute within this brass alloy, and copper is the solvent particle. That means more amount, right? So when we are combining zinc in 30% and copper in 70%, we are getting brass. So alloys can be prepared by the combination of two metals. By melting two metals are by the combination of metal and non-metal. We are getting alloys. Okay. So these are all about homogeneous mixtures. Okay. So now we can get into the heterogeneous mixture case. Okay. Heterogeneous mixture. So we said that heterogeneous mixtures we can distinguish the solute and solvent particles within the solution. And heterogeneous mixture is it will have a non-uniform composition. Okay, so we can take soil solution. Okay, soil solution and oil and water mixture. Okay, and mud solution. So these are example for heterogeneous mixture. It will have soil plus water, right? Here also oil and water. Here mud and water, right? So these water particles are solvent here, and this is solute particle over here. So actually it will have a non-uniform composition. That means if you are taking some soil within a beaker and adding water to it, after shaking it, after stirring this mixture within a beaker, what will we get? We will get a muddy color solution, right? That is due to the mixing of the soil and water. Okay, so if you want to separate the soil from the water, we can actually separate the soil, right, by the sedimentation method. Okay, that means after we are keeping it the soil solution for some time, the soil will sediment under the beaker, and then we can separate the water from that. Okay, so actually we can, if you want to separate this solute particle from the solvent particle within the heterogeneous mixture, we can actually separate. Okay, what about this oil and water mixture? In case of this oil and water mixture also we can separate. Actually, if you are keeping it for some time as undisturbed. Okay, if we are keeping the solution for undisturbed, after some time we can actually separate this oil and water. So similarly, if we are putting some effort, we can actually separate this heterogeneous mixture, but this is not applicable in case of homogeneous mixtures. Okay, so when we take the case of heterogeneous mixtures, we can classify them into two. Okay, one is colloid and other one is suspension. Okay, so for suspension we can give the example as oil and water mixture is an example for suspension, and milk is an example for colloid. Okay, so these are all about heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so in next section we will deal about the comparison of the solution, suspension and colloid. Okay, so that's all about the first part. Thank you.